We accelerate. And for the first time this afternoon, we race. Super start from Costa, goes down into second place. Alex skips away, a nice start from Powell, who goes into the lead, and Matthias Ferreira goes by his countryman. Matthias now up into second place. Here's Dowie Tedeka, the Pink Panther BWT backed. Kart Republic just behind in position 4. Alex Powell already skipping away at this early stage of the race. Nice move by Tedeka to go through. The Belgian on the charge as they race down through the chicane. For the first time, there's Costa being attacked by the Oakman. Here's Eichmans on the back of Costa, who closes the door. And then the first of the Tony karts just behind. So it's Powell from Ferreira, Dowie Tedeka, Costa, Eichmans, Gubenko with a fabulous start. That's the green machine. He's already made up 7 places to be in 6th. Right behind his former adversary, his former teammate, Ian Eichmans. There's Costa going through the Sauber Kart Republic. 1 place off the podium at this early stage of the race. Tedeka, the first Belgian, a super start from Dowie as Gubenko goes by and takes Ian Eichmans. Akshay Bora from the front row of the grid has been absolutely mauled off the start. The Singaporean back in 8th place. Gubenko, Eichmans, Bora, and a move down the inside by Fast Freddy, who attempts to recover some places off the start as well, starting on the outside line here at Le Conquery to disadvantage as Slater tries to make up the places. Deligny goes through by Agozzi, Popov, Matvi, Valentari, Farias, Pilagov, as we go down to Vert, Spiergel, and Mark Castellic rounding out the field. A fabulous start by Alex. Look at the rubber being painted onto the circuit here at Le Conca. The Vega tyres now up to temperature on a super grippy track. As you see, Matthias Ferreira going through, then Tedeka, Costa, Gubenko, and Akshay Bora get up onto 2 wheels. We'll see that repeated throughout the afternoon. Tigran Butyatin on the charge for Team Komarov. Here comes the Russian. Alex Powell, 0.7 of a second from Matthias Ferreira. Fastest lap of the race that time for Akshay Bora, 46.594. Won his pre-final this morning, but didn't get a good start. He's quick though, he is in 6th place at this early stage of the race. The final, the second round of the WSK Supermaster Series here at Le Conca. Flavio Olivieri going through ahead of Maxime Rem, who's gone backwards off the start, back into 13th. Alex Powell, 0.7 of a second, back to Ferreira. Dowie at the moment on the podium in 3rd place, as ever, being coached by the vice world champion, the former European champion, Arek Dresen, as Dowie looks over his shoulder back to Costa, Gubenko, Bora, Hui, Slater, Bunyatin, Irfan, Eichmans, Olivieri, Rem, Deligny. The rest of the field pour down. That is Verts going through. Sorry, is Jules Caranta going through ahead of Kirill Ditsiev. Bianco, a disastrous start for the Scotsman Harry Burgoyne, as Alexander Gubenko closes in on the leaders. Alexander, the Russian, in the Tony kart with the Kart Republic just ahead of him. Akshay Bora, who's had a mixed start to this race. Miguel Costa looks good. He's 1 step off the podium at the moment as Alex looks behind. It was 0.7 of a second. Then it was 0.6 of a second. This time it goes out to 0.9. Puts in a fast lap, 46.199. Does the Jamaican Alex Powell. It's a good start. It's been a long time since we've seen the Mercedes AMG Junior personally managed by Toto Wolff on the front row, let alone leading a race. It's been a difficult start to his OK Junior career. He took pole position for the Winter Cup 12 months ago. And then a difficult run in a difficult season, but he's back on top in position 1. Dowie back to 3rd. So they complete 6 laps, 10 to go. Dmitry Matveev down in 18th place. He's the fastest driver on the circuit. There's Tigran going through. Head of Slater, Eichmans in position 10. Then Olivieri, Deligny, Josh Irfan, Rem Popov. The Russian son of a Top Gun from Sochi down on the Black Sea. The Russian Formula One Grand Prix host city, Maximilian Popov, position 15 from 24th on the grid. The Russian 301, the Vortex-powered Tony Kart. He's the fastest driver on the circuit now as the clouds roll in here in southern Italy, 1 week away from the start of springtime in the northern hemisphere. There is Alex going through. We go back to Ferreira and Dowie Dedecker. Costa still wants the podium. The Brazilian from Florida, USA, now living in Monaco, Monte Carlo, in the Sauber Kart Republic. You could be forgiven for thinking you are watching a Formula One race. I know that's an exaggeration, but so many of the F1 teams, of course, we've got Alex, the Mercedes AMG Junior, the BWT Kart of Dowie Dedecker, and then the Sauber Kart Republic of Costa. Ferreira in second place. Being caught by Dowie Dedecker. The gap 0.8 of a second as Tigran Bunyatin. He goes purple now. The Russian in the background for Team Komarov. Here is Dowie Dedecker. Tries to make the place too far back. So as we complete half race distance, Alex Powell looks over his shoulder. It is the Jamaican sensation ahead of the first of the boys from Brazil, Matias Ferreira. DD Dowie Dedecker in position 3, trying to tack Matias. The Kart Republics go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's not forget that. Also position 5 with Bora. And then Gubenko, the Russian 307 in the factory Tony Kart. Trying to chase down the leaders and get up onto the podium. He's been brilliant on his debut for the green team, but he's some distance back. There is Tigran Bunyatin going through just behind Yang Puhui from Jian in the People's Republic of China. Inside the top 10 for Argenti Motorsport, his teammate Alex leads. The gap, 0.8 of a second. It stays roughly as that. In fact, he puts another 10th on the Brazilian Matias Ferreira here at CONCA. Dowie still trying to get up onto the podium. Has he blown his chance? He sits there and now he's being caught by Akshay Bora. They exit turn 6. Look at the rubber on the circuit. It has been immense here. All week we've seen karts hop on 2 wheels. We just saw the kart of Oscar Wirtz abandoned on the infield. Unfortunately, the Austrian has retired. The 347 Esprit is out. As the laps wind down, Dowie Dedecker has certainly lost touch with Matias Ferreira. Now the problem is staying on the podium. Miguel Costa in the background trying to defend from Alexander Gubenko. Tigran Bunyatin for Team Komarov. The Russians are coming. Move down the inside. Akshay Bora puts Dowie Dedecker off the podium. The Kart Republic's trade positions. Here's Miguel Costa. Looks superb. This is the best we have seen him drive. Up the inside goes Miguel Costa. Fabulous pass. Goes through and takes the place on Dowie. Alexander around the outside loses the place to his countryman. Tigran Bunyatin is now the top Russian for Team Komarov. Gubenko lost out big time that time. Costa, what a drive from Miguel as Tigran goes through. Dowie Dedecker, his race is falling apart. He was threatening for the podium. That's Fast Freddy. Down the inside, the reigning junior world champion goes through and takes Alexander Gubenko, and the Eichmann, Ian Eichmann's 4speedwear.be in the Cosmic, drags himself into this battle. Can they pull themselves up onto the podium? There's 1, 2, 3. Powell disappears for Ferreira. And Bora, it's the chaos first, second and third. A nail-biting race as Alex Powell goes down through the chicane with 4 laps to go. There's Dowie Dedecker, Alexander Gubenko. Alex Powell, the difference. The gap was 1 second last time. Down to 9/10. They're narrowly taking just 1/10 of a second away from the kid from the Caribbean, Alex Powell, who's looking good for a sensational win here this afternoon. Yang Puhui in the background has just gone by Eichmann's. The Belgian falls back to 10th place. The Chinese driver in position 9. Powell throws it sideways down through the left-hander into turn 7. It's starting to resemble a car park at the back part of the circuit. as the retirements start to mount up, including Oscar Wirtz, who pulled off just a few laps ago, and also Antonio Apicella. Powell, the gap was 9/10. Let's check it now. 8/10, another 1/10 of a second, but they're running out of time. 3 laps, just under 4 kilometers to race the WSK Supermaster Series, round 2 here at La Conca. There's Tigran going through, Miguel Costa back to 5. Head of Dowie de Decker, slight error from Ferreira. Almost throws it into the grass. Bora saw that and will try to capitalize. Still the Kart Republics go 1, 2, 3, and Tigran in the Tony Kart 14 Komodov, position 4. Costa in the background from Dowie de Decker as Alex Powell rounds the hairpin. Exactly 2.5 kilometers to go as he comes across the line right now. 1.25 kilometers. He's 1 lap of this world-famous La Conca Murolacese World Circuit in the south of Italy. 7/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second. They take out of Alex as they fight amongst themselves, but it's too little too late, you would think. Ferreira and Bora into turn 6. They keep it flat on the track. There's Maxim Rem about to be displayed, the blue flag. He's had a disastrous race, way out of contention, and about to go a lap down as well. The blue flag about to wave for Maxim Rem as Alex Powell will come across to get the last lap on. Rem pulls out of the way into pit lane. So the Jamaican on his last lap. The Kart Republic still 1, 2, 3. There's Tigran in 4, Costa in 5, ahead of Dowie de Decker. The gap, 6/10 of a second. This has been a faultless drive from the Mercedes AMG Junior for Argenti. Kart Republic Motorsport into turn 6 for the final time. Bora still on the back of Ferreira, tries to throw it down the inside. What a move by Akshay. Takes second place ahead of the South American. Down through the chicane, he won't make a mistake. It's been a long time coming, but the top step of the podium, he will stand on it. Once again, that checkered flag comes out. You know it is the Jamaican sensation. Alex Powell with a brilliant win here in the WSK Supermaster Series here at La Conca. Bora from Singapore across the line in second place. And then the first of our men, do Brazil, the boys from Brazil, Matias Ferreira home in third place.